Hey everyone, it's Miss Bulky here, and I just want to do a quick lesson on how to solve one of these ratio problems that have a little bit of a twist to it. So taking a question like this one, so you have a ratio of 2 to 3 girls to boys. There are 20 kids in a room. If some boys came into the room, making the ratio now 4 to 7, how many boys were added? So with this one, it's a little bit different because we are now adding, but we don't know how many boys were added. And then the ratio went from 2 to 3 to now 4 to 7. So first of all, what we need to do is gather our information. So we know that our given, we have a ratio of 2 to 3 girls to boys. Okay, so that's one of the things that we know. We also know that there are 20 total students in the room. Okay. Then we have some boys were added, okay, so we can think about this. They came into the room, so that means that they're going to be added. And now the new ratio is 4 to 7, okay? So how many boys were added? Well, we're probably going to have to make, our boys being added maybe an X statement. So X is the number of boys added. Okay, so right now we have our givens and we have our required. All right, so those are going to help us. So the first thing that we want to do is in this question we have that there's a ratio of 2 to 3 girls to boys and that there's 20 kids in a room, but we don't know how many girls and boys there are, but that's something that we can go back to what we've done before and we are able to solve that type of question. So we're going to use our knowledge on how to find ratios from before to find out first how many girls there are and how many boys there are before we start to deal with the change. So we know that before we had a girls to boys, we have a 2 to 3 ratio and the total is 20. So if I isolate, I'm going to say take my girls. I know that I have girls to a total is 2 to 2 plus 3 is 5. So girls to total, and now we have our girls to our total, which would be 20. So in this situation, we can find out how many girls we are because we have our cross multiplication, and we now know that the girls are 8. So if we know that girls are 8, then we know from 20, the boys would be 12. So that's just something that we know from before. But now, if we know we have an 8 and 12, 8 girls and 12 boys, our new ratio is now 4 to 7. So if we now look at it, let's actually erase this. So I'm going to put up here that we know we have our old, we have girls are 8 and boys are 12. Okay, so if we know that, we also now want to know how many were added. If we look back at this, our new ratio is now 4 to 7. So if we have our new ratio, so we have our new girls to new boys. Okay, so in this case, we know our new girls to our new boys is a 4 to 7. Well, that's going to be equal to our new girls, which is going to be the same because we have our our new girls are going to be the same because nothing changed with our girls. So there's still going to be 8 girls. And then we know our boys have changed. They are 12 plus however many came in. So now we have our new girl ratio to a new boy ratio, and our new girls are the same to our new boys. So 12 and X, as we said before, is equal to the boys added. So here we can solve for X by just doing our cross multiplication as well. So we have 4 times, again, we have to multiply everything that's underneath, so the denominator, and 8 times 7, which we'll just do that right here, is 56. So then we use our distributive property, and we have here 48 plus 4x is equal to 56. And then we have x equals 2. So that would help us answer our question. So if it asks us how many boys, going back, how many boys were added, we have therefore 2 boys were added. Okay, and so that's how you would solve that question.